Say 5-minute call, split call. Right. Yeah. Mika Whaitari.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, a call.
Yeah. Mika Whaitari.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's an honour to take a short call to speak on the Border Processing Trade Single Window and Duties Bill. Mr. Speaker, Labour supports this bill and I welcome it going to Select Committee where no doubt it will be scrutinised, tested and enhanced for fit for purpose. For the benefit of viewers and listeners at home, can I remind us all that the intent or the purpose of the bill is that it's intended to amend the Customs and Excise Act 1996 and the Biosecurity Act of 1993 to support the implementation of the trade single window component of the Joint Border Management System. And to that end, Mr. Speaker, can I commend this side of the House for conceiving the Joint Border Management Initiative, and this is why the Labour is supporting this bill to Select Committee. So what is the single trade window? It is to create a hub for exchanging information, and I particularly want to acknowledge the work in previous speakers that talked about frontline staff and ensuring that our borders are secure, particularly our biosecurity systems, because like previous speakers have said, our economy, our reputation as being a green, safe economy is important to our economy. Mr. Speaker, I particularly want to talk about two areas that were raised by previous speakers. One was on the IT reputation of the system that's been put before us in this bill, and I too was sharing some concerns that the Honourable Phil Goff mentioned in this House around the debacle around NovaPay and particular INSIS. And so when reading that this initiative is to create a one-stop shop in terms of data sharing, it did give me some concerns to ensure that we don't fall down that trap of what happened with INSIS and Novotel, which is why I again look forward to it to going to the Select Committee to give those assurances that that won't happen this time round. Mr. Speaker, I also want to acknowledge Mr. Hay in his introducing this bill, and he mentioned in his debate, in his speech, around the advantage that this will bring to particularly cherry growers and apple growers. And as a member of Ikaro Rāwhiti, coming from the fine Hawke's Bay, where apples, amongst other things, wine are grown there, I too look forward to a bill that enables economic growth at the regional level. Can I share with this House that in my by-election days, we were fortunate, members of the Labour caucus, to meet with apple growers, particularly Jonathan Bostock from Hawke's Bay, who shared his views of economic growth, particularly in the apple growing industry. And he shared with us around the hope for expanding markets, for land availability and for skilled labour. And what I can respond to him is that we are introducing a border processing trade single window and duties bill that will lead to economic growth, and so hopefully Jonathan will see the value in that. We also spoke, Mr. Speaker, to the Apollo owners, one of the largest apple growers in Hawke's Bay, and that exchange and their sharing of their views of economic growth in the Hawke's Bay, they are the largest they've got one of the largest cool storing facilities in Hawke's Bay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And it's been under-maximised. So when we talk about benefits for apple and cherry growers, I want to bring the attention to this House that the need for regional development investment, particularly in the Hawke's Bay, to ensure that we can maximise the primary industry around apple growing is realised, I completely support. So, Mr. Speaker, again, I stand in support of this bill and commend it to Select Committee. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't be me.
Mark Mitchell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr Speaker, it is a pleasure to take